Dr. Nathan, Nathan, Rabb, RABB.com. Be sure to tune in to The Natural Way every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, live on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. I'm Dr. Nathan Rabb. We see you on the air. Peace.
Does it go? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to The Natural Way. I'm your host, Dr. Nathan Rabb, and as we do on Wednesday morning, we step up to the mic and to the whatever else we step up to, but we do this to share knowledge with the people who listen and who want to have a better quality of life. And so we share knowledge so that you can do that. There's so many people that are unhealthy and they don't really know what to do about it. And some don't want to do anything about it because they want to keep doing what they're doing, but they want to fix the problem at the same time, and that will never happen. The program is it's a live program, but also if you don't hear it on the regular program broadcast, which I'm doing now, you can go to Facebook and YouTube and look for Dr. Nathan Rabb, and you can check it out whenever you want to. That's set up so that there are people who maybe would like to hear what I'm saying, and they'll have they'll be okay to do that. They'll be able to hear, and I'm not sure if it's see or not. If you can see and hear, that's all good. The program is made possible by the Holistic Health Service. It's the Holistic Health Service is a program, is not a program, but it's a program at our product, and the service is there to assist people who have health issues and that have a desire to overcome them. And I've been on this program for many years and have been in the natural health business for 44, 45 years. It's been quite a while. It's been a journey. It's been a wonderful journey in lots of places. And very seldom were there too many that were not, like that. Most of the time, it's been pleasant. I enjoy doing it, and we've helped a lot of people. We've helped a lot, but we also missed a lot. We have those who have come in, and they just couldn't, as they say, they couldn't toe the hoe. So they would buy a product and not follow through and wonder why they didn't get better. Well, we have programs designed to assist the person in overcoming, some of their issues to make their health more viable, so that they can do, all of the things that they would really like to in life, and not have to spend a lot of time in the hospitals or in the pharmacies or whatever, looking for life, looking for energy, looking for health, which a lot of people do. And so our purpose is to share knowledge so that those who want to get better can get better. So you understand, we have lots of people that come in and purchase things and they don't use them, but that's up to them. We certainly would want them to, because it's not just about putting something to someone, whether they purchasing it or whatever. And you say, well, they paid for it, so it's up to them whether they do that. Well, that's not quite my attitude. I would like for you to, you know, use what you order to help yourself. And a lot of people have done it. And there are lots of them that they come in and they say very nice things. And we appreciate that because it's been a long journey and the journey continues. We don't know how long it's going to continue. That's God's business. I will mainly do what I need to do to keep me as healthy as possible so that I can be standing in the gap for those who have issues and they would like to eradicate them. They'd like to get rid of them. They'd like to get back on the good foot. And so they could live their lives. And also, if we could get a lot of people to understand what's really going on in the world today, and everybody is afraid of this and afraid of that, and fear just screws up your whole life. So, a word to the wise: stop being fearful of anything. Study to show yourself approved, a workman being, to his hire. Don't let people just, send a lot of fear your way and have you doing some of everything because somebody else is saying it. You have no clue. We as people need to educate ourselves so we know at least something about ourselves. I mean, that's just a bottom line. Because if you don't know anything about your own body, how would you know if it's going the right way or the wrong way? And there are lots of folks that have lumps and bumps and various things going on in the body, and they don't have a clue as to how they can help address themselves. When your body is a self-healing mechanism, it can heal itself if you work with it. But if you keep putting in dead stuff and things that are blowing everything up and expecting the body to be able to just keep fixing you, well, I'm sorry, you're going to be really, really left out on that one. You need to understand that healing comes from you putting the right ingredients into your body and doing it, on various levels, not just I did it once and I won't do it ever do it again. No, there's times that you need to say, okay, it's time for me to do another detox. Some can be minor, others can be 30 days, 30, 45 days, whatever it takes to get your body back into proper perspective, health. And health is your number one asset. If you don't have health, then you won't have a whole lot of wealth. Somebody else will have that wealth if you letting your health go down the tube. So anyway, what we do is we don't fuss at folks or whatever. We talk to them. And as of last year, it's been about a year and a half now, I stopped doing, letting people come in and appointments and doing all these different things. No, they're welcome to come now. So we are open with the exception of today, because today I'm in the studio talking, so I'm not downstairs where I can wait on anybody. But my able-bodied assistant, I think, will be on at 10, and she can certainly help a lot of people. Because then after 10, 11 o'clock, I have another program. So Wednesdays is a day when I'm busy, doing talking, speaking, whatever. And but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm there from 9 to 4. And often we have people showing up and they tell me, "Oh, I thought you didn't close till 6 o'clock." I don't know who you're reading or what you're looking at. So I will just state it. We close at 4 a.m. Monday through Friday. And it's been that way ever since this so-called COVID, or that is, started. We just dropped it down and said, okay, people can come in this space and time, and we can, do a lot in that time, and then we still have folk coming up knocking on the front door at 6 o'clock. So it said you stay open to 6. I said, well, you're gonna get right now from my mouth to your ear that 4 o'clock is when we shut down. Now, if for something you happen to come, you come and say, well, I can't make it until such. You can't come and say I can't make it till 6 o'clock, and because that's not going to work. If it's 4:05 or something like that, and you're right near the place, then we can wait on you. But let us be kind to each other. We want to help you, but we want you to help yourself as well. And so the proper food going into the body at the proper times will make a major difference in your life. Garbage going into your body at any time is going to set you up for failure. I mean, it's just as simple as that. So you decide which one you want. You want health and wealth, or you want sickness and dis-ease? Because it's a lot of it going on. And I've had many, many people coming through the 40 plus years where they didn't understand one iota about cleansing or anything, but there were those that were willing to learn. And so if you don't come here knowing everything, it's just like when a baby is born, then the parents teach them, and then they learn, and then they start to do the right things, and then they bring children in and they teach them. So, but we always want to make sure that what we are doing is beneficial for everyone, say in your life, in your house, or wherever. But understand this also. There are a lot of things that are in the supermarkets and the fast food places and the stands out there that are not healthy. They're not. They might taste good, look good, smell good, all of that. But if you put too much of it in your body, you're going to find some lumps and bumps and every kind of other things that you weren't looking for. And then you end up in a doctor's office somewhere, a hospital, trying to get some lumps cut off. Your body will get rid of those lumps if you go through your periodic cleansing program. It will do that for you. And it's not an overnight, but see, that's part of the problem. There's that old song, it says, it's not an overnight thing. Well, that's what a lot of people want to think it is. I can just swallow this pill and this is, a done deal. Nope, fret not. And if you haven't learned that by now, then you probably never will. But your health is your wealth. And this is why we want to always make sure that we are taking proper care of the health so that we can also maintain our wealth. Because if you don't have health, then somebody else will take care of the wealth for you. So today we want to just share things. We've been doing a lot of soul searching here, and finding new ways to help people, even going back into the archives on some of the products that we used to manufacture. And my able-bodied assistant, Sister Earlene, we're working to bring a lot of those things back into the house so that we can continue to provide those things for people as I did some years ago. But right now things had got a little bit lost. I mean, not lost, a little bit light. And so we are digging up things from the archives and putting things together so that we can do more for those who care more and want to do better. So that's our plan at this point, to put the things out there that we know works, and those people who really want to overcome their maladies, then they can be a part of it. And you just need to as I say, hitch up to the table and excuse me, and do the right thing, because life is a precious commodity. Don't let anybody fool you on that one. And there's not just any and everything out there that's going to fix you when you get sick. If you're walking around with lumps and bumps and swollen areas and whatever, you can't cut everything out. You can't. You can't poison everything out. You have to learn how to allow the body with the proper ingredients to do what it does, what it's always done. You know, it did that before man came along with his pharmakeia. So, but for now, it's like everybody's looking for a quick fix, and a lot of them are quick too. They're real quick at helping you get out of here. So learn how to eat to live instead of living to eat. Do that for yourself, not for me. I'm doing mine. And no, I'm not perfect, but I stay as close to it as I possibly can, because I'm approaching my 80th birthday, so I can't be playing around with this. And when I was younger, I was so far-fetched, running over the planet, helping other people, till sometimes may have neglected myself, but not on the eating part so much, because I very seldom did I eat things that I didn't always eat. After starting down the path of holistic medicine at 36 years of age, I learned from Dr. Goss and lots of other good people, Dr. Willoughby, lot of good folks that were willing to share that knowledge with you. And I was sucking it up like a sieve, because I wanted to know all of it, so I could be, right in the midst of doing these things to help myself, my people, and my family, and whoever showed up to the door and rang the bell and said, "I need your help." Well, we were willing to take them in and get them going. Now, did everybody follow the plan? Of course not, but a lot of them did, and those are the ones that we worked with. Those who uh, would come in and take the time, and they would detox, and then 3 months later they may do it again. I mean, there are those who are that uh, they wanted to be healthy to that extent, so that they didn't just lay around and let something go bad and say, well, this is what's going on now, and I better go to the doctor. And in the place of things like a lot of people are going to the hospital for cancer, and they're getting surgeries, they're getting all kinds of stuff. But cancer is not a death sentence. Cancer is a wake-up call. If you put the right things in your body and clean it up, the cancer cells go back to being normal. They're not jumping on you. You have set the stage for it. And that's the God's truth, whether you know it or not, or believe it or not. If you clean up your body and keep it that way, and keep it with good, healthy, plant-based mainly food in your body, or if you're eating some type of an animal product, then understand that you don't eat it with starches and bread and all those things. You have to do it with vegetables. And then the plants you eat should not be cooked to where they have no life. Lifeless is lifeless. I don't care what you call it, what name you put on it. It's not going to do what your body needs when you're putting dead stuff into your body. So breathe that one over for a minute or two, and you'll find out somewhere along the line that if you hesitate to take proper care of your body, then you will see it again in another state, at a state where something is now bursting, or something is swollen up, and there are people who go and get gallbladders removed, and that is one of the worst things you can ever do. But if you don't know any better, that's what you do. And a lot of them, when they go get these removed, they go to a doctor. they go to a medical doctor. Not too many people are going to holistic doctors and saying, cut my whatever out. But we should not ever get rid of the gallbladder. The gallbladder is very busy getting the waste out that the liver is dropping off as it makes its rounds cleaning up. So that's how we get healthy and stay healthy, is by learning what to do, when to do, how to do it, and why. It's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. It's just that a lot of people are, I don't know, lazy or just don't want to do right or whatever. Or they have fallen in love with dead food and they just want to keep doing it. So start eating more plant-based food. And the one thing about plant-based, say for instance, you want some turnip greens or some collard greens or whatever kind of green. If you put it in a pot of hot stuff and boil it, it's dead. And what does that mean? It means it has no life in it. And if it has no life in it, it can't give you life. See, this is all about energy. Energy throughout the realm, throughout the whole cosmos is energy. Everything is energy. But if you kill those plants with high heat, that it's no energy there. That energy is gone, and that's how we end up with a lot of stuff that we're eating, and we still have problems. And we say, well, I eat good. Yeah, what's good? What does that mean, really? I eat good. You know, do you eat a lot of healthy food? Do you combine the right things together, or do you just throw everything in? It's called it a mix. You just throw it all in there together, and then you expect it to do what it's supposed to do as it tries to leave the stomach to get down into the lower abdomen part, to get into your microbiome and all these different areas your body needs to keep your body healthy. We have been misled, misfed, and nearly dead because of listening to other people. And a lot of us grew up in places where, I mean, we were eating all kinds of stuff, and we just didn't know any better. Well, you know, once you learn better, you should do better. So if you understand the laws of nature and, you know, uh, the right kind of eating and how to eat and when to eat and how your body should be handled throughout the day, you know, and what's the cycles of the body, all of those things are there to share, to give you knowledge so you can look to help yourself and have a better quality of life. That's the bottom line on that one. So here at the Holistic Health Service, we believe in having the things that people need, and we share it with them. We tell them about it, and if they are ready for it, they get it, and we give them paperwork so they'll know exactly what to do and how to do it. Now, if they don't follow the plan, nothing I can do about that, because I'm not going to follow them home and stand over them to make sure they're doing it. But if the person themselves wants a good, healthy body and they have some issues going on that they want to get rid of, they should be willing to follow the plan. You know, if you go to someone who has some knowledge and you get something that you need to work with and you've been told how to do it, you've been given paperwork, what stops you from doing it? I mean, why don't you follow the steps so you can get your health back? But instead, you know, I mean, if I had $1 for every time somebody came in and said, well, I started, but you know, I fell off. But if you keep falling off, you're going to fall completely off of the planet. So when you find something that is working, work with it. Don't just hit it and miss it, because that's not the way it should be. And we have all these fast food places around here, just loaded with all kind of stuff. And I like to watch baseball games, football games, things like that. I watch them sometime. And when the commercials come out, it's like I'll be ready to turn the TV off and wait till the the real stuff come back, because people are talking about all this greasy stuff they're planning and all of this, and oh, it's so good. And no, it's not. It's doing the same thing all of us doing, regardless if you see it on TV or radio, hear it or wherever. It's all the same. If it's toxic waste, it's toxic waste. And so we need to learn how to eat to live, not live to eat. Understand that healthy plant-based nutrition is man's best bet. That's right. And if it gets to a point where, well, you say, well, I'd just like to have a little bit of piece of chicken. Well, do not eat it with bread. Do not eat it with starches. Do not eat it with any of that. Put the vegetable in there and make sure the vegetable hasn't been murdered by being overcooked. There are ways to get things done that you want to do, but it's not the way most people are doing it. You go up and down the Broadway, the boardwalk here, or up and down Manchester Boulevard, and you find a lot of places where people are selling a whole lot of stuff, and the majority of it is unhealthy, period. But people are showing up. In fact, it seems like some of them more people go to the ones that are really unhealthy instead of going to where somebody has things that are healthy. And I mean, people be out the door. I remember seeing someone down the street here not too far, couldn't hardly get into the front door of this particular restaurant. It had a walker and was trying to get in the door to get some of that food, or get whatever you call it. So this is why we keep harming ourselves, because we just don't know how to take care of ourselves. We get caught up in taste. Taste will take you right out of here. That's why we need to learn to put healthy plant-based nutrition in your body. And as I said, if you have a taste for a little bit for animal product, then do it with vegetables and make sure the vegetables haven't been murdered on the way to the table. Because if you're putting all this stuff in your body together, it's making you sick, whether you know it or not. And eventually you will see it, as they say, you will see it again and again. The body is fearfully and wonderfully made. It's not a garbage disposal. It's there for your upkeep of your body. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's be diligent and make sure that what we are doing on a daily basis, as far as our life, our nutrition, or whatever, make sure it can give you, a long life, instead of something that'll be cut short because you put the wrong stuff in there and did it too often. So it's really not that hard to do. All you have to do is make up your mind that you want to be healthy. It's one or the other. I want to be healthy, or I don't mind being sick. You have to make a choice. Voice your choice. Fresh foods and the right foods will just help you to have a healthier life as you go through this terra firma here. And that way, you can be here as long as you want to, barring accidents. There are going to be those. But see, it's like now we have all these people running, up and down the street with masks on. Why? Because they've been convinced that these needles and things that they're sticking into their body is what is the best thing for them. I was watching something yesterday. I was going through my emails, and this one of the emails came up with talking about how the children they were showing, no, this was actually on the YouTube last night. They were showing people sticking these little babies, you know, they were giving them booster shots of what? I mean, when will we ever learn? And I mean, you see, it's almost like it's like they think this is coming from God. No, this is coming from man, and this is coming from some people that are trying to get rid of some of us off of the planet. So be very careful what you put into your mouth. Because if you don't, I mean, if you trust in everybody and everything, then you're headed for, a crash somewhere. So learn to look for yourself, to be diligent, find out some things before you just jump head on into these things, all this stuff. Because I've had offers from folks for, they said, "Well, you like some food?" That's food. What is it? I'm not just open to anything, but I like to make sure that what I'm putting in my body is as close to being right for my body as possible. Otherwise, you know, I'm just going down the same road that everybody else. So, a word to the wise should be sufficient, folks. Just look out for your health. That way you won't have to keep running into hospitals and hoping somebody else will fix what you have broken. Because dead food is dead food. And if you are a living person, you need some energy going into your body. The energy is there. The energy is there. We just don't take the time to use the plants and the things that have that energy in them. We don't prepare them properly, and we love to eat things that have been, burned up. And we may not call it that, but if you have cooked it till the life is gone, it's dead food. So you really need to learn how to do this. And if you have some greens you want to eat later, put them in a box that, I mean, a plant, put it in a pot that only goes so high. You want to make sure you keep it under that 20-degree, right at 20 degrees. Just kind of stop right there. And it's going to take time. It's going to take a little time for it to get where you want it, but you don't want to kill it. You want to eat it. You want it to have life in it. So beware of that. Dead food is dead food. The energy in the universe, throughout the cosmos, all of this is energy. Everything is energy. Everybody has energy, unless you've already, transitioned to the other side. Then you don't have any energy left. Yours is gone. When people take that last breath, that means the light's out. The energy is gone. No energy. And so a lot of people are bedridden, and they're bedridden for long periods of time before they get better. And they even want they even want the dead food. It's kind of hard to get that one, but there are those, and I've heard it from some's mouth, and from some relatives who were trying to help the person, and they don't like that, and they don't like this. I tried to get them to do some detoxing, and they don't want to do this. It don't taste good. Taste will take you right into the graveyard. Sure will. So let's stop worrying about how something tastes. And if I have a problem with my body, then I want to find something that can help me to fix it and get it back to where it's functioning properly. I don't care if it tastes like donkey dung and battery acid. If it's healthy and I can use it to help myself, then that's what I will do. And that's what anyone should do. But we get caught up in taste, taste, taste. You know, what is that giving you? Nothing. This, well, I like it, and yeah, okay. Keep on doing that and see what happens. Somewhere along the road, there's going to be a breakdown. And then it's going to get to a point where you're going to show up at not Dr. Rabb's place. You're going to the doctor somewhere that has pills or surgeries, and that's what you're going for. Because you don't have the wherewithal to follow a plan till your body heals itself, which it will do if you do it right, if you learn how to do it right and do it right. That's why there are people out here that are willing to share with you how you do it so you can help yourself. But no, I don't like that. You know, and I've heard that so many times, but I don't hold conversations with people that tell me they don't like something. Because if they tell me that, I'm done. Well, what else am I going to say? Well, I'm gonna fix it all up and sweeten it up and do everything to make it taste good to you. Everything that's good to you is not good for you. So whether it tastes like donkey dung and battery acid or whatever, if it's healthy, plant-based, eat it. And stop looking at it as if it's something crazy. And, and stop putting all this dead stuff into your body looking for life. How do you get life out of something that's dead? You know, I mean, not if it's supposed to be going into your body with health and wealth. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. And don't forget, folks, Facebook, YouTube, Dr. Nathan Rabb, you can check it out. Even though I'm sitting here now talking, these Facebook and YouTube, you can look at those anytime. And there are lots of them already out there that people can check out, because not everyone is available, I guess, at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. So they can do it when they have time. You can always learn something, because we're in the process of learning. My able-bodied assistant and I, Sister Earlene, our goal is to make everything better. That's right. Make it better than it was. Get a lot of the things that I had set aside because of not really able to do all of those things. We're bringing them back. We're bringing them back. Why? Because my vision is better at this point, and she has a lot of knowledge for over the years. So we are working together to get this back where it needs to be. We want the people that want to be well, we want them to have the things that they can use to get well. That's the bottom line. And we do that Monday through Friday, and just say 10 o'clock. And I'm usually there when I'm not upstairs talking. I'm there earlier listening to my Zoom programs, and if people come in at that time, then I can wait on them. But my assistant comes in a little later, and she works until 4 o'clock, and I'll leave out of here at 4 o'clock also. And there are people who still call and say that was something you said you stay over to 6 o'clock. I said, well, I'm telling you now, we don't. That ended over a year ago. So anyway, and also, letting people come in and counsel. I did that for many, many years. This private counseling, and I charged for that, just like any other doctor. But now when someone comes in, I will share with them, they can ask me questions and whatever. They may talk for, I don't know, 10 minutes longer maybe. that I don't charge them at this point. If the person is come in and they're not wasting my time, they can get my time. And that while they're there, I'm going to share with them why they need to detox their body. Ask them if they have done it. Have you had a detox? How long ago? When? How's your body? Are you having any? Are you on any medications? Or you get just get to know the person and see what is it that they really need, because we have some things that can do some pretty good stuff in here if it's done right. But not everyone wants to do it right. They'll buy something and sit it down for the next 2-3 years. I don't understand why, but that happens. And when you neglect to take care of your body, you're neglecting your life. So keep that in mind. I want to be here as long as God lets me be here, barring accidents and all that. I just, when it's my time, the right way, hey, you go. But there are a lot of people now. I'm running amok. People are shooting people, robbing. All kinds of stuff is going on, and we're supposed to be, we're supposed to be people who are civilized. Be very careful, folks, because there are things going on that hasn't. I don't know if it's happened. Maybe some part of it happened before, but we are allowing ourselves to be punctured with a lot of different needles, and they're calling it this and that. And first they weren't going to bother the children. Now they're putting it in the babies. It was showing it on the screen the other night where the baby had his face frowned up and tears running, and the person was there with a needle sticking it in his arm. And what is it that they're sticking in your arm? Do you know? Do you even have a clue? No, but you believe, you trust. Trust who? Who are you trusting? Trust God. You know, all of this is, I mean, it's really mind-boggling how people will just jump at things because someone said it. Who are they? Who are they? See, and we don't ask a question or nothing. We're just, well, you need to do this. You might need to wear 2 masks. For what? One ain't helping you with nothing. Why you need 2? I mean, I think some people just feel safe with that wrap around their nose when that ain't about nothing. If it's anything, it's stopping you from getting the right amount of oxygen you need. It's and this has been shared by many, many, many doctors that are way up the ladder from me, but they get censored or they can't get on the radio. But these folks who are pushing all this stuff, they can get on radio all day, anytime they want to. And that should be telling you something right there. Whose agenda is this and why? Is population control, perhaps? Oh, they wouldn't do that. Okay, keep believing that. It ain't the first time it happened, and it won't be the last. But we, the people, need to get educated and get some knowledge and get, brains so that we're not just falling for everything. It's a sad affair that what is happening right now. And when I saw that, I was channeled uh, yesterday. I was looking for something, and I was just going through different channels. And I got to the one where they had the little baby was crying, mother was holding the baby, and the person they were sticking a needle in the baby's arm. And this baby was, I don't know, it wasn't probably not even a year old. So folks, I don't know. Something has to happen. Something has to happen that makes sense. And when you start now every time you look around, oh, this is this is coming back. Oh, this is getting stronger. So we got to do it again. And this set of vaccines is going to be three over a period of a year and something, whatever. And this is for the children. Initially, the children was spared. They said, "Oh, we're not going to do the children." But I guess somebody figured that, well, all of this is money, so why are we missing them? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of children out there. Get them too. And I'm not saying this isn't just this is it's a lot of this is happening, and there are very well known doctors, medical and otherwise, that are telling you the truth in different parts of countries. They're telling you the same thing. But why is it that we only looking at the people here that are part of the so-called establishment? We believe everything they tell us. Anyway, if you know how to pray, then start doing it and start opening up your mind so that you can understand some things. Also, start looking out for yourself. Learn about natural medicine. Learn about healthy food. Get yourself in a position to be healthy so that you don't just keep falling into the traps that everybody is setting. It's a mass exodus going on right now of what is happening. Instead of people, being healthy and wappy, wappy, healthy and happy, we have a lot of folks that are sick. And some of them have left here after getting their needles. So you really need to check yourself before you wreck yourself or before somebody else wreck you. Life is a precious commodity, folks. You only live once. When you're dead, you're gone. When you're dead, you're done. How did that song go? So if you want to have a decent life, longevity being your goal, then you have to start acting that way. And don't just fall in a trap for everything that comes up. Find you some healthy food. There are healthy foods. There are people who are growing things. Not everybody is doing GMO or flying airplanes over the field dusting. I remember going south. Used to drive a lot down into the southern part of the country doing seminars, and I would see these airplanes flying over the field dusting, and you don't know what they were putting out there, but people were buying it. And then they had these big things out in the field, big rake kind of looking things. And that was all about, getting so-called food for people. And it's just a sad thing that we have to be in a situation where we can't trust the people who are supposed to be looking after you. They're supposed to be your officials that see to your health. And yet we are being bombarded with all of these things that have come out that people have talked about how the planet needs to be decreased by 800 whatever, some astronomical amount of people, because there's too many people on the planet, so we're going to wipe out a lot of them. This is sad stuff here, people. Keep your mind open, keep your eyes open unless you're sleeping, and you can keep one eye open. Just a little gist right there, but be aware of what's going on. Don't just let things just walk over you because you don't have all the knowledge and you think someone else has all the knowledge. You let them do whatever. Study to show yourself approved. That a workman is, you know, a workman in his hire. It's worthy of his hire or her hire. Let us live in a way that we can have long life. Longevity is what I seek, but I want to do it in a healthy way. I don't want to be sick and bedridden and have to have somebody take care of me. I want to do my own. And my father lived to be 90, 95. My mother lived to be 90. And they were back in the country working hard because I grew up there. And I'm approaching my 80th birthday. So I certainly would love to be here a lot longer because there are other things, still things that I can do. And that's part of the whole thing. God put us here for a purpose. And so most of the time, we think, well, I just did this, I just did. Something was set up for you. And that's why you can do it and have success in it, because it was set up for you to do. And so I just want to keep going down the path as long as I possibly can, helping whoever I can, and making sure that life is blissful and not about it, suffering with this and that and putting all kinds of chemicals in the body, thinking they're going to fix things. We have people, that are dealing with cancer, and they say, "Oh, cancer is a killer." No, it's not. It's a wake-up call. That's what it is. It's a wake-up call. Because if you clean up your body and get rid of all the stuff in there that's causing the problem, then cancer won't have anything to feed off of. But if you keep feeding it and you keep putting the stuff in there that it likes and loves, then it's actually what it's doing is cleaning up. But it cleans up to the extent where it cleans you right on out of here too. So let us all be wise. Let's be wise and do what we need to do, and stop being afraid of anything. Just pray that God will, order your steps, and you will be able to do whatever it is you were put here to do until it's time for you to go to the upper room, to where you rest, and your life will be blissful, and that because you won't have to deal with all of this stuff that's going on right here where we are now. Because there's a lot going on that is not what God wants. This is what man is doing. And so we come into the close of our program, a couple minutes or so left. So folks, don't forget, you can watch this program that I just did and the ones that are already archived on Facebook and YouTube. And you'll see it. It's Dr. Nathan Rabb. I'm the person who's doing the talking, and it would be a good thing for you if you need some more education to start looking at those. If you can't listen to me live, then go to the Facebook and YouTube and at your leisure and learn some things, because that's why I'm here. I'm here to share knowledge, and I look forward to doing it as long as I possibly can. And if those of you who are looking for the same thing, then that's what you need to do. Start putting the healthy food in your body. Start detoxing periodically so you can clean up the things, and that way you don't allow things to turn into problems. Because when we just keep going, and letting these things happen, that's basically what we're doing. We're just allowing these things to take place. So life, again, is a precious commodity.